All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for a few real people out there just like you and just like me. All right, I'm going to be talking about Paul Rodgers, the great Paul Rodgers, who has new music out there. Before I get there, though, here is Lone Rider and their album Sundown. Just an amazing album. Again, if you're a fan of Bad Company, you've got Steve Overland on lead vocals, you've got Simon Kirke playing drums. This is extremely derivative of Bad Company. Some people would call that plagiarism. I call it paying homage to the spirit of a great band. And since we don't really have Bad Company anymore, we do have Paul Rodgers, which is pretty cool. You might want to give this a listen. And speaking of Paul Rodgers, again, his brand new album, Midnight Rose, is out there. And you will hear that album over on Modern Retro Radio, modernretrofm.com, playing all of this vintage music that you're not hearing anywhere else. It's really a shame that here in the United States, a new song by Paul Rodgers can't get airplay on terrestrial radio stations. I mean, this guy's done more for classic rock than most human beings have, and yet, he can't. By the way, is Bad Company in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I don't think they are. It's just that is, in fact, if you're going to put a list together, you might put Bad Company on top of that list, because if Badco can't get in there, I don't know who can get in there at this point. So this is a pretty big story, though, about Paul Rodgers. He opens up about multiple strokes and a major surgery, which left him almost unable to sing ever again. The 73-year-old singer discussed his medical issues during an interview, which aired earlier today. This was back on September 27th on CBS Mornings. Rodgers said that he suffered 11 minor strokes and 2 major strokes in one year, in one time period, actually, from 2016 up until 2019. And this leaving him unable to speak. He says, I couldn't do anything, to be honest. I couldn't talk. That was very strange. I'd prepare something in my mind and I'd say it, but that isn't what came out. And I'd go, what the heck did I just say? Wow. Rodgers underwent a procedure to remove plaque, which was clogging a carotid artery, which posed a considerable risk to his vocal cords. He goes on to say, the doctor cut my neck, said that he was very careful because he knew I was a singer, and that when you cut the neck, it's very close to the vocal cords. They told me, they were very clear, you may not come out of this alive. Wow. So Paul Rodgers, apparently just lucky to be alive at this stage. It took him about 6 months after the surgery to begin playing his guitar and singing again. Each thing was a step forward, he explained. Each thing I did was a big achievement. And he basically celebrated by getting back into the studio and recording his new album, Midnight Rose, which again came out on September 22nd. The effort marks his first solo LP of new music in nearly 25 years. Paul Rodgers, embarrassingly, because it's pretty high on the list, was ranked number 55 on Rolling Stone's list of 100 greatest singers of all time. Okay, and again, Bad Company is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And a brief shout out to the memory of Brian Howe, who also was a great singer who passed away a few years ago. And he fronted Bad Company for a number of years and never gets mentioned when Bad Company comes up. All right, before I go again, Lone Rider, here's some great music for you. No excuses here. These guys have 2 albums. This is their latest. Go stream, Google, whatever you need to do. If you can order a copy, I put this in my car for about 3 months, rolling around Southwest Florida, listening to Lone Rider. and it's just superb. Their album is called Sundown. Definitely check it out. Also, again, modernretrofm.com. Patreon, the Revenue Apocalypse has returned. So again, anyone who would like to help out this channel, I don't force anybody to do anything because it's impossible to do that. So it's all you volunteering. If you want to give $1 or $2 a month, I really appreciate that. It would help me continue to do this and also maybe someday just go independent. The channel is available here, but it's also available on Rumble and Odyssey. So please check that out as well, just because it's kind of weird to see all your material over on another platform, but it should be over there unless it's not transferring over. Again, thank you for watching the videos. Please check out my interview with Jeff Scott Soto, and I will see you all very soon.